All changes, even the most longed for, have their melancholy, for what we leave behind is part of ourselves. We must die to one life before we can enter into another. Anatole France. Let's start with the obvious set of questions. Who hasn't a clue what the Pathways learning experience is? Who isn't too keen on changing a 90-year formula? If it ain't broke, why fix it? Who believes technology can't replace community? Who believes technology is the key to making Toastmasters relevant in this technical age? Incidentally, did you know that globally less than 10% achieve their Competent Communicator manual? Less than 2% their Competent Leader manual? And less than 1% go on to something more advanced. Who couldn't care less? It's someone else's problem. I'm only here because my Vice President Education told me I had to get my club a DCP point. We have John Fisher to thank for this diagrammatic representation of the process of personal change. However you answered, I'm sure we can all find ourselves on this curve somewhere. The stages are inevitable, but how long we stay in them is up to us. My job, here and now, is to give you enough information and confidence in this transition Toastmasters is undertaking right now to stay on the purple line, to realize the amazing potential of the Pathways learning experience as we together take this exhilarating and dramatic step forward. As we're all at different stages and informed by many disparate sources, let's level the playing field with a video message from Toastmasters International.
Welcome to the Toastmasters Pathways learning experience, an exciting, flexible, and interactive way to develop your skills and help others in your club develop theirs. Building on Dr. Smedley's original vision and Toastmasters' core competencies, Pathways upholds the club experience while offering new, revitalized educational content that helps you learn communication and leadership skills that address real-world scenarios. Pathways expands on the current education and leadership tracks by offering more than 300 competencies across 59 projects. These projects are divided into 10 specialized learning paths that allow you to tailor your experience to fit your needs and your pace. All of this content is available online, allowing you to learn anytime, anywhere, from your computer, laptop, or tablet through Basecamp. Basecamp is the place where you'll find all of the materials for your learning experience, along with tools for your journey. In Basecamp, you'll be able to share feedback with fellow club members, view badges you've earned, access and save digital speech evaluations, and more. When you first begin Pathways, you'll take an online assessment that will recommend the path that's right for you. You'll be able to access your path from your education transcript in Basecamp, where you can view and complete projects. New elective projects, such as write a compelling blog and manage projects successfully, allow you to tailor your learning to meet your interests. Projects in Basecamp include a variety of interactive elements, including questionnaires, quizzes, menus, and expandable content. Educational videos model skills and provide demonstrations of the concepts you are learning. For example, Prepare for an Interview shows effective and ineffective interview techniques. Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring demonstrates the difference between coaching and mentoring. And Manage Online Meetings provides the best practices and strategies for holding a webinar or another type of online meeting. As you can see, Pathways represents an exciting paradigm shift that brings with it many new learning opportunities. What's more, Pathways will feel familiar to you because it maintains the things you love about Toastmasters, including your club experience. Pathways is coming to your club soon. Visit toastmasters.org/pathways to learn more.
For the first time in decades, the education program, an important part of every Toastmasters journey, is being significantly enhanced. The new program, called the Pathways Learning Experience, gives members choices and flexibility, but maintains the fundamentals of Toastmasters. It started life in 2010's strategic plan of the Toastmasters Board of Directors, with a call to action: modernise the communication track and renew focus on leadership. The first pilot, run at the end of 2015, involved 800 members, 168 clubs across 79 districts in 23 countries. There were 1,200 project surveys that helped inform the transition program and content. But let's face it, we all really want the what's in it for me, the member. A tailored learning program experience to help members meet personal and professional goals. The opportunity to develop many skills relevant to an evolving global marketplace. A clearer path towards Toastmasters recognition and achievement awards that will come earlier and more frequently. New technological resources to improve speeches and support meeting roles. Mobile access to educational materials, smartphones and tablets. And expanded video and digital content to facilitate learning among our global community of members. It's the same Toastmasters. Our guiding principles have not changed. Experiential learning, self-paced learning, peer evaluation and mentoring. Take this and enhance with the technology available to us now and looking into the future. I will not be able to answer all your questions, but what I aspire to achieve is an ignition of curiosity, an opening of your mindset, and hopefully an excitement mixed with a little passion to follow the transition as the news unfolds and engage with the Pathways guides. I'm at the stage in my presentation where I either have your attention or I don't. This was the dilemma I faced getting ready for this talk. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Or, more specifically, do I share first why and what's happening, or do I define all the new lingo first? Right now, some of you may be in a state of discombobulation. The next couple of slides are about explaining some of the key terms, now that you've heard them in context of what is happening. Teamwork is essential throughout the launch of Pathways. We all must work together to make the Pathways rollout a rousing success. The first thing is to make sure every member has logged into the Toastmasters website if they haven't done so already. Who knows PQD? Program Quality Director. Sarah Bate. Our Chief Ambassador? Dave Young. They're going to work together to select Pathways guides. Ambassadors have already been appointed. There will be one ambassador per 10 clubs, and they will partner with the Pathways guides, who will be appointed around 2 months from the rollout date. Each guide will conduct club visits with an ambassador to deliver a presentation, distribute rollout kits, and show members how to log into the Toastmasters website. They will be responsible for educating members about Pathways and to get us all excited about what we will gain from the transition. The name of the learning management system in Pathways is Basecamp. The analogy would be preparing to climb a mountain like K2. You would establish a base camp of operations. In Pathways, the learning management system, Basecamp, is where you access your ropes, your pickaxe, wrong analogy. This is where all the online materials are located for the program. This includes projects, resources, transcripts, tips, and tools. This is also where the Basecamp managers will track and approve your progress. All clubs will have 3 Basecamp managers: President, VP, and Secretary. Your profile will be stored here as well, and this will include your project evaluations. There are 5 core competencies with multiple sub-competencies. There are 68 competent communication and competent leader competencies in the current education program. Pathways has 348 unique competencies. 5 disciplines have been established from a combination of these core competencies. With the launch, there are 10 learning paths. The pathways will replace all current manuals. Each path has 5 levels, each with a mix of communication and leadership focus that must be progressed sequentially. They are required and elective projects. Level 1 contains the same projects for each one of the 10 learning paths. Level 2 of each path includes an introductory mentoring project, another project to assess your leadership or communication style, and one project highlighting core Toastmaster skills relating to that path. In levels 3, 4, and 5, the projects are specific to the path. There is always a reflection project at level 5 to allow members an opportunity to reflect and share with their club members what they gained from completing a full learning path. The goal throughout Pathways is to apply what you learn. Your DTM, yes, this is still the big title, requires 2 paths to be completed, plus some additional stuff. Serving as a club officer for 12 months, serving as club mentor or coach, club sponsor, conduct speechcraft or youth leadership program, serve as a district officer for a year, and complete what's called the Capstone DTM project. This project is one that you create and implement of your choosing, which demonstrates the skills and expertise you have gained. These electives are the same for each learning path, and you get to choose which you prefer. Achievements and awards. There are badges and certificates that recognise your progress through this Pathways program. It's similar to Facebook in that you'll have a profile where you can acknowledge who can see what. And the benefit of this is that you can also award feedback badges to recognise members of your club. It's not just what you earn. You receive digital certificates whenever you reach important milestones in Pathways. And you can print these from the base camp and get a printed version from World Headquarters. The first phase kicked off in January with 3 districts testing Pathways in a pilot program. The 3 are Districts 51, Malaysia, 57, Northern California, and 27, Washington, D.C. Pilot is expected to last about 3 months. During the transition, there will be 6 education goals in the Distinguished Club program. Clubs can meet these 6 goals by either achieving all of the 6 on the left, or all of the 6 on the right, or any combination of the 6. In other words, 6 goals out of the 12 possible. There will be some changes around cost. It's inevitable. There's lots of rumours flying around at the moment. Some may or may not be relevant to you. We'll perhaps touch on these during the question time. And one of the biggies is Easy Speak for me and quite a few clubs. This is Malcolm Warden. He's very much the Vegemite of Toastmasters. You either like what he's achieved or you dislike it. A couple of entries have been made online, specifically by Malcolm. In September last year, he was quoted as saying, "We have been working on Pathways in discussions with Toastmasters International for a couple of years now and have future strategy outlined for the next 3 to 5 years, an implied NDA. In December last year, he said, "We are currently on weekly conference calls with TI, have all the data that is available at this time, and hope to have the meeting tasks in Easy Speak ready for the first district to go live in February 2017. George Marshall from District 57, the people that went live a couple of days ago, had this to say. Pathways doesn't change the need for Easy Speak. It has no agenda or club management features. The one area of overlap is that the VPE will be able to track member educational progress in Basecamp. although we have no details on exactly how. But Basecamp can't see members working the existing program, only the members on Pathways. So Easy Speak will still be the only way to handle that. We've got another 2.5 years of that. These are the primary sources that I've used to compile this information. I strongly commend to you Mark Snow's document. It's a great breakdown of the history, why we are where we are, and how that program's going to work, and a lot more screenshots than I've been able to include in this time. I hope I've been able to help and ignite some curiosity in what's going on, and I certainly hope that I'll get to see you at the annual convention in Wellington on the 12th and the 14th